Next, I'll call on Caroline Masson.
I'd like to speak now. I apologize, I wasn't able to stay later for the discussion. As a parent of two in the district, as an active community and PTA member, as a district resident and a taxpayer, and as a local business owner, I would like to voice my support in favor of the proposed Community Education Center. The district has done their homework and they have saved. And at this point, they can move forward with the project with the money that they already have. There's also many benefits by centralizing administration. I think anyone who's worked in a corporate office understands the gain that you get by moving 3 separate facilities under the roof of one, where people can work closer together without the cost of travel, time, and distance, which is also a cost to the district. The facility, it will cost more at this point to remodel and maintain existing buildings over time. A new facility is going to save money on operational costs as time ticks along. It will also provide a hub for connecting K through 12 education to the community, and in addition, provide weekend access to community members, students, and parents. Parents will have the option to go to 1 location now rather than 3. I think that's a huge benefit to students and to parents. I encourage you to consider these benefits to students, to teachers, and to all community members as you move forward and consider this issue.
Thank you. Next is Annie Lyman.
Good evening. I wrote to something that's not on the agenda.
That's fine.
That was.
Yes.
That's,
yeah, this is the time for that.
Okay.
This is the time.
So, directors and superintendent and staff, this is my 3rd visit to you to discuss open government and transparency. I've requested for a couple of years now to have podcasts or live broadcast of your school board meetings. I think this issue that we're hearing right now is one of the examples of why you need this. I've been a busy person this week. I've contacted the state auditor's office to find out about the regulations for such open meetings, and apparently there is no law requiring it. But you as a board have decided to philosophically keep it as a 2-week approval of minutes and then release I'm not sure, I talked to Mary Wagoner today and she gave a name and I didn't recognize it at all, something you could access through your computer through the website after the minutes have been approved a few weeks ago. So I think it's a very old-fashioned way of doing things, and if you're under the impression that that's the state law, that you have to do it that way, that's not true. And what Mary led me to believe was that philosophically you as a board decided to keep it that way, not to have live broadcasts. So I'm curious as to that discussion. I think this is a very much anti-open government decision, and so if you feel comfortable discussing that now and letting me know why that decision came about, why you voted that way, or if you're not comfortable discussing that, I would like to have something in writing from either the school director, president, or from the superintendent as to how that decision came about and why you're sticking to that decision today. There's just too many things. There's too many local entities that do use the live cast. The Port of Everett does immediately. I mean, it's just within a couple hours their cast is out. City of Everett broadcasts live. Seattle schools broadcast live. I mean, it goes on. Olympia. I mean, there's so many entities that do it who realize the benefit of it. And I think the situation you're in now with this school administrative building discussion just reinforces that. People want to know what's going on. And if you wait and read it in the paper and maybe get misinformation, there's also a lot of discussion going on about behavior of school directors at meetings. And I think that in order for the public to know about this, the more live casts you have, so that we can hear the questions, we can hear the answers, we can hear that discussion. I think that, as the man spoke earlier, we're not dumb. We can figure this out, but I think you just need to give us the information. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for coming and sharing those observations, and I can tell you that the issue is not, a broadcast is not a closed door. It has, research is being done, and it is still under consideration. Leanne Rowe.
Hello, I'd like to talk about Resolution 1022. Unfortunately, there's a history here within the Everett School District, and it's gone on for decades, and is continuing to this day, and this is an example of the shenanigans. The Everett School District administration is showing their concern not for the students, but what's going on. And unfortunately, this isn't the first time, and it's not just the board. It's happened within the programs for the students. It's a primary goal for the board right now is big business. And you say, well, it's just business, it's just business. But the problem isn't just business. The students, too, are your business, and they should be a primary interest, not where is it that we're going to be building our next building, and we've got to get another building built because this is big business and we've got to create more business. We need to create a quality education for our students, one that's well-rounded, one that's taught in an efficient manner. This is what the primary goal of the school district should be, not where should we build our next building or what building can we build. I know that you've had a difficult time coming up with another building to build because this school district is not growing. The population is not growing. This is not a popular school district to be in. Parents leave this school district. They don't come to the school district. If this school district were growing, you'd worry about actually creating new schools, not taking down existing schools and rebuilding them again. This is just another bit of big business. We need a good school district. We need that money to go to programs for our students. We need this. We need this for the students, for the families. This is destructive for families. When students are not successful, it destroys families. It creates divorce, it creates instability. It is bad for the community. We do not get recognition of any positive way. We need programs. The money needs to be spent on the students, and the students have to know they are important. Their life is important. Their future is important. And we need to create it so they can then go on into college and be successful there. We have got so many people in Snohomish County, children, that are thinking about suicide because they are not successful. And this is making the news. We've got to stop it, and it's got to stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming and sharing your thoughts tonight.